It's a very tight turn, not great approach to that vertical. These horses have already jumped clear once, making it look very easy. And look at that time, 39.27. So 2 and a bit seconds faster for Andrew Ramsey.
Well, the Sovaro Jumper was a world ranking competition today. $35,000 in the prize fund. Really strong first round. 14 came back. Andrew Ramsey, you've landed on top. You came in second to go in the jump off. Cian O'Connor had already laid down a really tough challenge. Did your plan change? Did you have a chance to watch Cian?
I actually did not have a chance to watch Cian. I was out in the warm-up. I was a little bit late getting on, so we were catching up. But actually asked him for some brief advice when I was coming out of the ring, and he was great. And I asked him about the 7 strides after the 5, to get to 5A. And the 7, how it was. He said it was easy, and it was right there. So that was a big help.
And you trusted him to tell you the truth as well.
I did. I think we're all competitors out there, but everybody wants to see everybody else do well. And of course, you hope you can perform a bit better than the other horses and other people that day. But it's a nice, supportive environment, and it's great to get help like that when maybe you make a mistake and are a bit green out there. To get advice from somebody like him is always a help.
And when you came out, did you think that you'd done enough?
I'd hope I'd done enough. I was planning 9 strides on the last line. I got caught a bit early at the vertical, jumping out to the rail, and had a bit more of a bend in it than I expected. So I ended up doing 8, not wanting to get him too flat to the last fence. But, he's naturally a very quick horse, and so that works in our favor. If I just kind of let him go, stay out of his way, he looks for the next fence and takes me there.
And is there any kind of line or turn in particular that you thought kind of just helped you a little bit?
I think the beginning felt nice. It didn't feel particularly fast. And then after 5A, coming back to 10BC, I was able to kind of gallop, let him go. And I saw that nice, quick distance coming a bit inside, a bit early track to that first vertical coming in. And he looked right on. And as I was coming around, I was worried I was a bit too quick. And B was a little bit out of the picture, C was a bit out of the picture at the time. The second obstacle in the combination. But he really kept on coming around, got his eye on it, and helped me out for sure.
And this is a horse you know quite well. You've been competing all over the place with him. You've got a great string. Tell us about this horse and the other ones you have.
Yeah, so Stranger now I've had for a little bit more than a year. He came to me just before circuit last season. Yep. We spent last year getting to know him, building him up. I think in Wellington last year, we finished up in the 140s, moved him up. Calgary, he moved up again there, jumps in the bigger classes, finished up great in the international ring. And it's kind of been a good performer for me throughout the whole fall circuit. Now we're trying to get a bit more consistency now, get to know him a bit better, and hopefully keep results coming.
And what about the other horses you have on the circuit?
Yeah, the other horses have a nice group right now. Cockadoodle's another mare that I jump around. She's a handful, but she's really a trier, and it's a little bit of a different type, but at the same time she's quick, she's competitive, she really wants to do her job and wants to work for you, and those are great partners to have. California, another mare that I jumped a lot over the summer. Some good results up in Calgary, and really a nice Grand Prix horse for me to have. I did so much with her, I actually want to give her a bit of a break. And so she's had a nice kind of pause through early circuit and has been going, and we'll bring her back out here and get her going end of circuit and hopefully have her for the summer.
Now here in North America, you've got so many different circuits and shows. How difficult is it to manage your diary?
Yeah, it really has changed, because about 6 years ago, when I came back to the sport after college, I went and spent some time in Europe. And so most of my international career as a young professional was in Europe. And when I left to go to Europe, part of the reason was there weren't that many international shows in the States. And since I was away and I came back, I look through the calendar now, and you do have to decide where you're going. There's plenty of options. And so last year I jumped Kentucky, then went up to Calgary. This year I'll stay on the East Coast and jump Old Salem, which I've never jumped, Upperville, Devon, Tryon, a whole bunch of new shows. But there's quite a bit in the States. Yeah, it's a big country, and so you need to try and be smart about where you go to line up shows and a schedule that works and not have too much traveling.
And you mentioned some great shows there. How does it compare to Live Oak?
Live Oak's a fantastic show. I've been fortunate to come here before. I was here 3 years ago, jumped then the following year, 2 years ago. Last year I couldn't make it up just because of the scheduling and the horses we had going. And it's a great show. Every year there's improvement. It's a wonderful atmosphere. Having this grass field to jump on, the competition is great, environment's great. Coming off of a big circuit like Wellington, where you're often busy, you're running between groups of horses and different stables and shows and rings and clients, to come up here and have a weekend where you can really just focus on the sport, smaller number of horses, it's fantastic.
Final question, the Parsees here are quite famous. It's a circus theme this year. Have you got a costume?
I do not have a costume. Unfortunately, it's Saturday night before the Grand Prix, and I try and stay a bit mellow. And I hear it's a great time, and I will love to hear stories tomorrow about how it is.
Next year.
Next year.
Well, it was an electric jump off. Huge congratulations to Andrew Ramsey, and Stranger crowned a winner here at Live Oak International.
Really asking a lot there. It's a very tight turn, not great approach to that vertical. These horses have already jumped clear once, making it look very easy. And look at that time, 39.27. So 2 and a bit seconds faster for Andrew Ramsey.